Joshua Naggar.
By the way, public comment is limited to 2 to 3 minutes. And also, we will end this session at 6 o'clock. So we're glad to have your comments, but we will end at 6 o'clock.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. That was a great presentation. Thank you, City Council, for having this workshop. I really appreciate the opportunity to open up the dialogue in a constructive manner. I think it's a very, very good atmosphere for that. I just want to briefly indicate in response to, my name is Joshua Naggar. I represent some of the dispensaries in town, and I'm a lawyer. I just want to reiterate, I think Perris should ask the question, what's good for Perris? I think following what other cities do is great, or what the county does is great, but we should ask ourselves, who is Perris and what is the best for Perris? I think Perris has more agricultural opportunities, so maybe some of the grow permits might be a bit more appetizing for Perris. I know Perris has a trucking community, so maybe the transportation permit might be more appealing to some of our constituents here in Perris. I know we have dispensaries, and that's what we're talking about as well, but there's also a nursery permit. And Perris has nurseries, and there are people who support nurseries. So I ask the council to really ask what's best for Perris, and try not to just follow what other cities do just because they went before us. You know, let's lead and not follow, and really allow our property owners here in Perris to use their properties in legal ways that benefit them. And I'd also ask that we pay specific attention to the caps on dispensaries, which I think is very prudent, but for stuff like growing, I again urge the council to look at capacity. You know, this is a farm region. You know, maybe growing is better for us, and as such, capping permits for growing isn't intelligent, isn't a good way to use our land. I don't know, but again, asking what's best for Perris, I think, is the wise question. You know, and the answer we all look to achieve. I also put forth to the council via email on several occasions a moratorium proposal whereby several of the dispensaries are asking for maybe a stipulated fine period whereby they pay stipulated fines in return for a cessation of the Perris actioning the prohibition according to very intelligent, formal procedures. You know, so we can open up space to invite the council to two dispensaries to see how they operate, open up space to discuss permitting laws, and really open up space for patients to continue to get their medicine. I think that's a wise way to approach this in a slow manner so as to not commit the city to anything, but to allow patients to still get medicine and allow the city to either ban them, prohibit them if that's what the city decides, or to transition slowly into a permitting regime. I thank you all. Have a good evening.